Hello, my name is Mrs Johnson and I'm the nursery teacher and the early years lead at Merritts Brook Academy. We just wanted to send you out a little welcome to Merritts Brook video. We do hope that very soon it will be safe for us to invite you into Merritts Brook, but in the meantime we've sent the video and we've also posted out to you a welcome pack. Now in the welcome pack there is a welcome letter. And the welcome letter just explains what's inside the pack, but also tells you that if you have not already given us proof of your address and a copy of your child's birth certificate, we will be emailing you with a date and time, a specific date and time to come to the school gate, and we will be able to take the birth certificate and the proof of address off you, go and photocopy it while you wait, and then you can have all your documentation back. Okay, so that's a date that we will send you. And once we've done that, the official side of the paperwork is all completed before your child starts school, and that date will be before we break up in July. Now the next thing in your pack is a getting ready for nursery pack. Now some of the things that we think would be really helpful for you to do with the children over the summer is all mentioned inside the pack. The first thing is to be singing lots and lots of nursery rhymes and number rhymes with your child over the summer. And to do that, to support you, we've included these inside your pack. So there's a sheet for nursery rhymes and there's a sheet for number rhymes, because this is the early start of reading for children in nursery. This is how they learn to read, by starting off singing lots of different nursery rhymes, filling in missing words, joining in with actions. So we'd really like you to do lots of that with them in preparation for them beginning nursery in September. The other thing that we've asked you to do is to really think about making lots and lots of marks. We call early writing making marks, mark making, with your child, so they're used to using pencils, crayons, chalk, and it doesn't even have to be on paper. You could draw a lovely picture on the pavement outside in chalk in garden. You could make marks in mud outside. You could shake some flour on the countertop in the kitchen, make some marks in there. If there's condensation on your window, you could draw in that, so it can make it as fun as you possibly can. Painting, loads of different ways to make marks. The really important thing is that the children begin to make marks, draw pictures, pretend to do writing, and give real meaning to their marks. So your child may write and you say, "Oh, wow, look at your lovely marks. Can you tell me all about them?" And they'll say, "That says apple, that says bread. I'm writing a shopping list." That's fantastic, because to them, these are their marks and they mean something, and that's what we want the children to be doing when they're beginning nursery. Now when lots of children start to mark make, they will hold their pen like this, and this is called a palmer grip, or sometimes they'll hold it like this, and this is called a digital grip. But what we really want them to begin to do is to hold the pen with 3 fingers. This is called a tripod grip, and it's literally holding the pen with 3 fingers close to the tip. Now in doing this, it really supports the control that the children have got in using a pen, pencil, chalk, whatever. So when they go like that, say, "Oh, remember 3 fingers on your pen," and that just comes with practice. And what we really want them to do is really start to be forming circles and lines. So they may decide to draw a picture of mummy and daddy, and lots of children when they start, they'll have the head, they'll have eyes, they might have a nose, a mouth, and then they'll have legs coming out, and they will have arms. The first stage of their developing writing, lots of children would not include a body. They would not. You tend to get this. And that's absolutely fine. That's just where they are developmentally. It's absolutely fine. But lots of lines and circles. And the best way to introduce that is by making big arm movements. So big movements with their arms like this. And especially if they can cross over to the other side of their body, okay, because that helps them when they're writing. So big circles with their arms, both arms, drawing big lines. Again, that's good if you can do it outside. Paint brushes with water, that works fantastic on tiles and slabs outside. Children love to do this, okay? So lots of lines and circles, because if you think about it, any letter is made up of a circle, think about the letter D, and a line. It's all lines and circles. So think about it again. A line, a line. So that's why we want the children to be drawing lots of lines, lots of circles, giving meaning to their marks all of the time. So lots and lots of that if you can. that would be wonderful. The other thing that we've asked you to have a go at over the summer is these number tasks. So there's a sheet in here that says ready for nursery maths work, and these are some of the things that we'd like the children to be doing over the summer in preparation for their number and shape work in September. And I'll just go through that with you so you understand what some of these things look like in practice. So sing and join in with nursery rhymes. Again, as I said, there's a nursery rhyme sheet in there. Now, when you're singing number rhymes, it's really important that you start to show numbers on your fingers. And as the number in the rhyme changes, you also change the fingers to match that number. So if we were going to sing, I don't know, 5 little ducks went swimming one day. So 5 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. And each time, then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. Because what you're doing is you're representing the change in number for the children. If you're cooking, how many plates do we need? Oh, there's you and there's mummy. How many plates do we need at lunchtime? 2. Show me 2. Wonderful. So all of that, really representing numbers in lots of ways on their fingers, changing those numbers, amazing. Next thing is reciting, saying their numbers in order. Now, lots of parents will say to me, oh, my children can count all the way up to 10. And then they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not the same as counting. That's what we call reciting numbers, and that's fantastic, and that's what we need the children to do. And we would like them to really practice reciting numbers from 0. 0 is a really important number, from 0 to 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, you can do that as you climb up steps, as you come down steps. How many steps does it take us to get from one side of the room to the other? Reciting those numbers, saying those numbers in order. And sometimes children will mix them up. They might say 0, 1, 5, 6. And that again is fine, but just keep doing it. The more you do it, the more they'll get used to it, the better they'll get at it, and then they'll be ready for that when they start in September. And that's slightly different to counting objects. Now, counting objects, we would really love the children to be able to count objects up to 3. Now, if they can't do that by the time they get to school in September to nursery, that's okay, but just keep trying over the holiday. So it might be that they have 3 things. So I'm going to get 1, do like this, 1, 2, 3 pencils. Now, as they count the pencils, you need them to carefully count in finger, touching them. 1, 2, 3. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not careful counting. 1, 2, 3. 3, we've got 3 pencils. So that's what we want them to do in terms of counting a number of objects. Use language of quantity. Now, this is really an important thing to do, and it's something that the children do find quite challenging. So the earlier we can start that, the better. Even if you're sharing biscuits, they've got 2, you've got 2, just generally say, oh, you've got 2 biscuits, I've got 2 biscuits, we've got the same, it's the same. Or, oh, you've got lots of biscuits there and I've only got a few. You've got more than me. Wow, that's lots. All the time using that language of quantity so they get used to it, they understand what it means, and it becomes part of their everyday language. And the last thing that we'd like you to do in terms of preparation for maths is to encourage your children to explore and talk about the shapes of everyday objects. So look for shapes in your house. It might be that you think about what shape's your window, what shape is the cushion on your chair, what shape is the plate that we're eating our dinner off, and use those words. Oh, it's a circle, it's round. Oh, look at that, it's got a pointy top. So pointy, round, long, curvy. And talk about rolling a ball, it rolls. Think about the shape of your front door. Oh, look, it's got straight sides. Just really make them aware of all of the things around them and the different shapes that they can see within those things. Brilliant. Now, the last thing in terms of getting ready for reception is getting ready for nursery, is a nursery poster. And on this nursery poster, there's just a few things in the different areas of their learning. that we would like the children to try and have a little go at over the summer. Things like being able to use the toilet by themselves as much as they can, wiping their nose. If they need help from somebody to come and ask a grown-up for help, remember to tell them that they like to share things. So when you play, make sure that you focus on that sharing and taking turns. That they're able to drink from a cup. They have their own water bottle in nursery, that they can manage to eat a piece of fruit by themselves as much as they can. And again, we've got the number work, we've got the reading, we've got the writing. They listen to stories and they talk about what's happening in the stories. And that's all on there for you to have a little look at. And the final thing that will be in your pack to support their learning is that we'd like the children to have their own learning bear. Now, in our nursery and reception at Merritts Brook, we give the children a nursery learning and reception learning bear. And on that bear, they're given 3 targets. 1 target for their communication and language, which is all their speaking and listening. 1 for their physical development, so that's the way that they run and they jump and they hold their writing tools, or they might make snips in paper with scissors, or they use the toilet, wash their hands. And the final one is their personal, social and emotional development, which talks about their social skills with their friends. They share, they take turns, they'll happily say goodbye to mummy and daddy. And what we've done is we've given them 3 general targets, okay? So these are just general targets that we will give to the children before they start nursery. Now, once they start nursery, they will get 1 a term. And you will be invited into nursery, as soon as it's safe to do so, to set new targets with us. And those targets are for those we call them prime areas of learning. And those are the main areas of learning and development for children within the early years. Their language, their physical skills and their personal and social development. And the first learning bear that they're going to have looks like this. And the first one is that I can use the toilet by myself. Try as hard as you can to get the children as confident as they can be with this. Of course, we are there to help and support them, but the more confident they are and the more independent they are, the easier it is for them when they begin. I can join in with and sing a nursery rhyme. You've got your nursery rhyme pack. Keep trying with that over the summer. And I can hold a pencil or crayon and make a mark. We've talked about how to do that. So there's their learning there. Now, what I will say is that every single child is different. And if you're sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, my child has speech and language difficulties, they have physical difficulties, please don't spend the summer worrying. All children develop at a different stage and at a different rate, and we totally appreciate and understand that. But if you can just give all of these things a go over the summer, we would really believe that it would help the children when they begin. And just keep going, don't give up and persevere. Okay, and then once they do start, we'll be able to pick up all of those things with you that you do have any concerns about, and then we'll be able to work together to improve them and make things better for your child once they begin. And the other thing in the pack is you're welcome to Merritts Brook Nursery. There's lots of things in here for you to have a read about. A little bit about our school, about how our day works, about how we are planning to induct the children. As much as we possibly can tell you at the moment is in there too, and about attendance, punctuality, uniform. So have a good read of this because there's lots of information in there for you. So thank you for listening today. Please enjoy all the lovely learning that we've sent you within your pack. If you have any questions, any worries or any concerns before we get in touch next, please email me on the nursery email. I'll get straight back to you as soon as I can. And no question is a silly question. So please ask it. Please don't worry about anything. As soon as you ask, and I can help you as much as I possibly can. We are waiting on the changes with the pandemic. We are still crossing our fingers to hope that we will be able to invite you in before the end of the summer, and that maybe we'll be able to come meet you. But again, keep checking your emails. We will update you as soon as we possibly can on this. But in the meantime, it has been wonderful, my absolute pleasure to share this with you today. And we very much look forward to welcoming you and your child into nursery soon. Take care. Bye.